What's going on, guys? We're gonna go live and break down some energies. It might be an intense one. I'm gonna do the best I can to do this energy justice. I came on a little bit earlier than we had scheduled just because I wanted to tap in with some of you guys. And I'm not bringing any frankincense because everything's packed up and it's gone. So I will be fully moved out of this place really soon. But it's okay. We have frankincense in spirit, don't? We're going to pray. We're going to shuffle the cards. We're going to tap into these energies. But guys, what a time to be alive. Okay, there's a lot of extreme intensities, polarities of energies playing out. And that's why I said I don't know if I'll be able to do this energy justice. I'm as balanced as I can be. So I'm going to do, like I said, the best I can. And definitely, guys, share. Yeah, I'm in Jamaica right now. Definitely share if, what you're going through energetically. Feel free during the live to share what you're going through. I'm going to do the best I can to read the comments and tap into you guys' energy as well, and see what it triggers with regards to downloads. Obviously, you see there's a couple of downloads in the title, right? Yeah, so that's a lot. Those energies within themselves, I could technically read for hours. Shout out to Patreon gang and you guys' patience with me. I have some content I'll upload to you guys, and we've been going live as well over on Patreon, which I'm really liking the vibe of, feeling more connected to you guys, especially during a time like this. Hey, Brittany. Aw, thank you. I'm trying to love myself and take care of myself in a time where I would usually neglect myself because I'm too overly stimulated and focused on external things. So that's what I mean about being in balance myself personally. Hey guys, what's going on? Patreon gang, yes. Say goodbye, say goodbye. Some of you guys said something about a compressor. I don't know. All I know is it's done this for as long as I've been here. But you have to take the pros with the cons, right? Hey, Gemini Rising. Hey, LDB. I know, I'm glad to see you guys too. I was actually really craving connection with you guys because it's a mixture of wanting validation, because processing this energy, especially not just internally, externally, because of what I do for a living. I want validation in a sense. I'm out there do you guys see this? Can you feel it? Can you hear it? All the clear senses are fully active, just constantly processing telepathic information, not including what I'm processing with my eyes, ears, and in real time. So it's extremely intense. But let's get into these downloads. People will start to trickle in. You guys can timestamp it, of course. Do whatever you guys want to do. But let's get into these downloads because it might take a little bit. And of course, we're going to just pull cards and see what we tap into, because that's a big part of why I decided to go right now, because I want to see. I genuinely want to see. But I am coming with some downloads, okay? And I might need you to remind me about the title, but just bear with me. So the first part of the title I can remember is hard to ignore. Mind you, I changed it. Originally, I had put "You're shocked." There is something that comes in that shocks your system. Some of you guys could actually get a shock with electricity. And if you do, it changes you somehow. That is very spiritual, okay? But you are shocked. And the not so much was I seeing what you were shocked by, because it's various things. Not everybody's shocked by the same thing. But what I was channeling was the visceral reaction in the individual who was shocked. They're shocked. They don't have the words. They don't know what to do. They're frozen. And this could be something amazing, collective. It's a sense of being overwhelmed. Remember, when your body is in shock, it's a form of being overwhelmed, right? You would typically have to lay down and let the blood rush back to your head. When you're in shock, the blood starts rushing to your major organs, right? So it's a state of being. Mind you, I feel like it could be shock, something physical, but I think I was feeling it was more mental and emotional. There was a paralysis, almost like a what? Like a huh? Like a what's this? Are you there's I'm channeling how you respond to it. But I changed that part of the title and I put hard to ignore, because the way we function as a society, and it's just like narcissism. So there's varying degrees of which people in society suffer from this, but this avoidant personality, okay, where we choose the bliss of ignorance instead of the bliss of being informed. A lot of people are using the spiritual tools that the universe has awakened us over time to, and our ancestors have brought back to us, to further gaslight themselves and their own ancestors that gave them these tools, instead of actually dealing with the core, right? We even talked about emotions, right? We know if we go around emotions, that's when we go in circles, and we never really rid ourselves of certain emotions that we don't particularly want to experience anymore, at least not chronically. A lot of people have chronic pain in the form of like emotional pain. And that is simply due to going around an emotion instead of through it. Once you go through it, you don't have to go through it again, and you gain the consciousness which is formed from the data and information of which emotions is. The reason why they said we use half of our brain, because half of it is functioned through emotions, and we were told that our emotions are useless, and it is useless when you are being enslaved. A human being's emotions and that form of intelligence signals to somebody that this isn't appropriate, this isn't right, this isn't fair. You suppress those in somebody, they're easier to control and manipulate. So through the era of Aquarius, we are awakening the other half of our brain, right? Emotions is data and information. Please don't forget that, especially for those of you that were raised to believe that emotions make you weak. Sela, do you hear that? Do you hear that thunder? This thunder's been going on for weeks straight. This is judgment. These are all the sound of all the towers that the divine is crumbling down to the ground with every strike of that lightning that rumbles the earth that you can feel. That is a tower falling. It's all divine. Right now, the sky is half black and like dark, ready to rain, and half lit up with the sun. It's spiritual. No, I'm not Mexican. I'm Jamaican and Italian. Hey, Perks of Beauty. Hey. So there are going to be things that are very hard to avoid, collective. If you find it hard to avoid, stop avoiding it. And then you won't have to try so hard to avoid it. Matter of fact, you won't avoid it anymore, and you will gain a tolerance for whatever it was that you were avoiding yourself from. We need to build tolerance spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and we don't if we're avoiding. You don't build up a tolerance. If anything, you just further create a weak ego, and you actually torment yourself, especially if you're using these spiritual tools, right? To try to gaslight yourself out of the negative emotions and the negative thought processes that need to be evaluated and looked with your higher consciousness, and look at the root cause. People are avoiding this process. They're gaslighting themselves using spiritual tools, using love and light, using the people have always been talking about peace, but they don't seek it within themselves. They don't. They suppress the lack of peace that they have, whether it's with our coping mechanisms like drugs, fucking denial, lies, projecting. I mean, the list goes on of all the different ways that we avoid. And there are things that are going to be coming in collective that are impossible to ignore. Okay? You can't avoid them if you tried. And let's just hope that you've done enough soul work for that not to be a problem for you, and for you to embrace that and be grateful for the awareness that you were given that you didn't have prior to whatever the universe does to make you have to look at and sit with what you've been avoiding. See it as love, because there's going to be people around you that are going, this is that psychosis energy, that trigger and mental illness, because there's just it's really sad. I've been just channeling, like, you want people to get karma for what they've done, and I get that. I do too. Fuck. But as a human being, sometimes when you see what that karma really looks like, you're like, oh my God. And I totally understand the saying, may God have mercy on their soul. And people say that usually when somebody does something fucked up. We say it casually, but I understand it spiritually now. My empathy allows me to understand it spiritually, and some of you guys might be praying for mercy, and I don't even know. I just know it's not our call. Okay, so there was that. Then there's the energy of, I'm going to save the best for last, okay? Because once I switch that energy up, I want to start the reading in that energy, but I just want to get through some of these darker downloads, lower vibrational downloads, heavier downloads, whatever you want to call them, but they're still of the light, meaning their consciousness. So there are these entities, okay? I'm going to explain this the best way I can. There are people who summoned up entities. They summoned up demons, jinns, call them whatever you want. They did them in different forms spiritually. They summoned them up with the lies that they told people to get them to rise up and do certain things either way. Okay? The way I was channeling it, and I broke this down on Patreon, it's the this reading's giving October 31st vibes. It's that one. I was channeling it like actual entities, like these really old souls that got summoned up that have had almost like an agreement where the people who summoned them would sacrifice other people that they would feed off of, torment, take the souls of, whatever, create so much sadness that that demon would then feed off of. Problem is people are awakening, they're healing, they're more conscious, they have more discernment. All these things that the collective through the era of Aquarius have been working on make it hard to be an unwilling participant to the sacrifices. Okay? To these demons, to essentially just become hosts to these parasites. Because that's what these demons are. They're parasites. They need a host, right? And I was channeling where they go, and they go right back, and they feed off of exactly what summoned them, who created the portal. And when I say summoned, I just really mean people created portals. And they didn't understand what they were doing. They didn't understand the eating habits of what they were summoning, what the return would be, what they were going to have to pay for what they were asking for, even spiritually. Anytime you want to sacrifice the blood, sweat, and tears of something else, just know you're going to have to pay in your own blood and sweat and tears some way or another. Those are the laws, guys. Don't let these demons trick you into believing otherwise. You know what the laws of the universe are. What you put out there, you get back. And somebody put some demons out there opening a portal that they had no business opening, not realizing that the exact same darkness that they let off to feed off of someone is exactly what is going to feed off of them, and it won't stop. I just see somebody saying, no, 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 no. There's no, 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 no. For some of you, you are the demon. Somebody summoned you. And ironically enough, when I got that vision, this isn't somebody who's a bad bitch. This isn't somebody who is known for being aggressive. This isn't somebody who it's the what's the archetype? It's the empath. It's the empath when the empath snaps, essentially. And that's what somebody summoned. Somebody summoned up somebody's darkness. They shouldn't have done it. This person might really hurt this person. And this isn't a violent person. This isn't a person who craves or gets off of the abuse of others. This is somebody who's had enough. And remember, whether it was on YouTube or on Patreon, we were talking about that. The divine was just waiting for the collective to say, I've had enough. And this lightning is a reflection of that. Every time I hear it, it's something striking down. You hear it, you can still hear it. All the false narratives, all the lies people told, all of the projections, all of these false foundations, they're all crumbling. The anger, the stomping of your ancestors. You think they didn't see, they didn't hear, and they don't know? You're tripping. If I could only tell you some of the things I've gone through and how the divine has shown up for me, it is overwhelming. I can't doubt how protected I am. It would be an insult to them because they've already done showed me from Mani. Okay? So, all this light coming up is going to summon up demons, man. Because there's nowhere for them to go, nowhere for them to hide. I don't, it's almost like an epidemic in a sense that I see coming. Like, it's like a true mental health crisis. And it's because the sun's out. It's because things are too hard to avoid anymore. It's because the truth is a currency now. The lie isn't an energetic vibrational match to the present moment, so it can't stand the test of time. Anyways, collective, I'm going to move off of that. We'll probably get more in the cards. But then there's a really beautiful message surrounding the energetic vibrational match you become to someone really special. And that's what you're telling me. You're saying they're very, very special. You're like, I don't know how I found them. Or this could be somebody feeling this way about you and all you were doing was being authentic, and somebody could be sharing this with you. Shit, my battery's gonna die. Somebody could be sharing this with you and you're like, but I'm just being myself. That's the point. You see, your authenticity creates a code, right? That code makes you an energetic vibrational match to people who have similar codes. So for example, somebody might not know how they had the access code to you. Their authenticity makes them an energetic vibrational match to your authenticity. Now, this is when it gets tricky, when people personify certain ways of being or having a kind of lifestyle. It tricks people into believing they had the code. But if you really look within yourself, you'll see the access denied. You'll see how you're holding back. You'll see how you're not open. Collective, a lot of you need to trust yourself. Yes, some of you guys might struggle to open up in some of these great manifestations, but you have to trust the parts of you that didn't open up because it wasn't worth it. You weren't getting enough trust. You weren't getting enough transparency. You weren't getting enough equal reciprocity. You were watching these people or this person move with other people. So I don't like the way they're moving with them, so I'm not going to open up more and give this person an opportunity to move like that with me. Instead of on the old karmic cycle, well, they love me more, so they'll never do that to me. Right? Caught that, right? Yeah. Let's talk about the karmic energies for real. Instead of everybody talking about everybody else being karmic, but not being able to identify their own karmic nature. And I get it, I was there, but we have to evolve. Like, we have to, or else it's karmic city forever. Like, and mind you, I was doing a personal reading, and I'm like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but the old karmic cycle, the new timeline is another karmic cycle. We're just not going to interpret it that way. Oh my God, I need to turn the landscape because my phone's on charge and it won't let me, and I just really don't like that. Can you guys not see me? So stupid. And I packed up my little, the little thing I use to hold up my phone. This is so annoying. I'm so sorry I wasn't prepared enough. Did you guys see me when I rotated it though? Because it kept telling me like, turn it back, turn it back. So sketchy. Oh my God, it's like balancing on. Whoa, okay. It'll just get a little charge and I'll put it back. It's okay sideways, but it keeps telling me to turn it back. Whatever, let's just carry on. Okay, let's pray. But yeah, it looks like I saw it as a connection. It could even be an opportunity. You couldn't even have asked for it to be tailor-made. Like, even my opportunity to do tarot, like I never planned to be a tarot reader. You don't go to school for that shit. That wasn't my long-term ambition in life, but there was opportunities along the way to educate myself about esoterics, to even see it as being a tool. First time I ever saw a tarot deck, I was probably like 7 or 8 years old. And I just couldn't understand anything. And I just didn't pay it any mind, And here I am getting to do exactly something authentic to me. I always thought to myself, I'm gifted in a really unique way. Like, how am I ever going to be acknowledged for my giftedness or get a job in my giftedness, Like, I really didn't see a place for success for me. And God's like, I'll show you. You just have to be willing. And I was willing, and here we are. So just know your authenticity makes you an energetic vibrational match to a lot of amazing things. You want to be safe? Okay? Be your authentic self. Because being anything else starts getting shaky. I swear to God. Because you don't know what's coming at you, man. Your authentic self will create a protective barrier from a lot of things, not even just unauthenticity, things you don't like, that you don't rate, that you don't respect. Your authenticity will just create an energetic force field so people will feel it. They'll feel like, I'm not welcome in that energy. And you didn't have to cuss them. You didn't have to give them dirty looks. You could have even said hello and hi. But your energy is so authentic, whoever's dealing with you can't help but react to it. You don't even let the universe mold to you, collective. Because some of you suppress your most potent, authentic parts. Because I ain't even going to say that a lot of you aren't authentic. But your most authentic parts you tuck away and save for your nearest and dearest, only for half of those nearest and dearest to make you feel like you regret it. They didn't deserve. It's not about people deserving your authenticity. It's about you deserving to be authentic and let the universe morph around that, instead of you constantly morphing around what you feel is normal. And it's constantly changing. Look at some of the weird ass shit we call normal, bro. Look at what people are doing to themselves, saying that this is normal. Not even trending anymore. You ain't shit if you don't do these things, and half of those things in 10 years are going to be looked at as severe mental illnesses. Okay? But your authenticity would have told you from morning, I'm not into that. So that 10 years later, you don't have any regrets. But if you suppress that authentic part and you go with where you feel you'll get validation, that's where people start to abandon themselves. I'm not getting validation being me, so who do I have to be to get the external validation that I need? A lot of people suffer from this. I know it's cliche, but rejection is truly divine protection. Look at the 10 of Wands and the Page of Swords. Yeah, somebody's watching somebody relieve themselves of a burden and move on. But anyways, let's pray. You know, I don't like getting into the cards before we pray. And I haven't even prayed today, so let's get into it. Creator God, Prime Source, Ancestors, Guides, Guardian Angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective, all the messages that are in our greatest good, surrounding our material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to us, our personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Creator God, Prime Source, Ancestors, Guides, Guardian Angels, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you, so glory be to the Most High, forever and ever. Amen. All right. We're going to start with the Time Tarot. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups, first card out. That's always a very potent card. Anytime you're doing a reading, guys, the first card out is the most important message. And the universe will use other cards or other means to try to elaborate and get you to better understand why that was the first card. First message. Seven of Cups can speak about emotional confusion. It can speak about options. It can be also even being emotionally stimulated. Like really emotionally stimulated. Like look at this person's face. That's also the face of somebody who's shocked. Okay? So that energy, I don't know what that is, collective. It could be anything. It could be fucking anything. But it's what happens in your body. And I just feel like there's a part of you you're going to meet in that. You know when people go into shock, they almost lose like a form of consciousness? I feel like you're going to gain a sense of consciousness in shock. This is very amazing. This is where you are able to be steadfast, militant, and resilient without being avoidant. Most people have to suppress a part of themselves to be able to be stoic. What if you're stoic because you're conscious? And you've gone through enough spiritual warfare to understand. So you have that resilience. Yeah? I'm just on live. You want me to close the gate? Hold on. Go and do your work. Go. The cows. Anyway, that's one thing I'm actually gonna miss, living around the cows. I'm gonna miss my dogs. Look at my baby. Look. I'm gonna miss this boy. What's the fuck out of here? Anyway. You see how he just sits by my feet? Remember, I had a girl dog. Girl dogs aren't the same. They are like that with males, but this boy, he just stays by my foot. Sparta. Call him Sparta. Because he's just like a soldier. I'm gonna miss the fuck out of him. Where are you going? I'm moving. Oh, Benny. You guys remember Benny? I was so devastated. Benny and Blacks. No, it was Benny and Butcher. It was Benny and Butcher. My boys. You know, somebody killed Butcher because he would still attack somebody that I didn't like. I'm not laughing because they killed him. I'm just laughing because he was a soldier to the end. Anyway. You add the Knight of Cups to the Seven of Cups. That equals the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups speaks about... It's more than just walking away. That's a basic understanding of the Eight of Cups. It's more about the pursuit of something. The Eight of Cups speaks about the pursuit of something. Did you guys see that? You saw me shuffle, right? I need the validation. I know I've done this for 8 years. I don't care. I need the validation. I'm shaking. Look. Did you see that? Guys, stop playing with me. You guys saw me shuffling on camera, right? So you saw that it was impossible for me to finesse that, right? Okay, good. No, I'm not leaving Jamaica. I'm a dual citizen of Canada and Jamaica now. I'm soon going to get my Ghanaian citizenship, though. That's the next part. So I would appreciate everything you do for me in the collective. Finally connected, sister. I love you too. Thank you, Jamie. Hey, Christy. Hey, Mystic. Hey, Melanie. Bomb. Yeah, okay, yeah. Bomb. Okay, good. Let's carry on. No, I'm going to keep it. No, you guys need to see. Oh, the Emperor. Sorry, let me get focused here and put these out the way they came out so I can see clearly. What are you saying? The Hermit, Two of Wands, and the Five of Wands. Okay, sorry guys, bear with me here. I don't know what this is. So the Seven of Cups is confusion. So the divine knows I'm confused right now. And then there's the Knight of Cups. That's some kind of understanding. Eight of Cups is in pursuit of so somebody is in pursuit of better understanding something or someone. This also leads to this message of the past coming back. Collective, if you're doing readings or you're feeling nostalgic and in the readings you're hearing, the past returning, collective, there's a good chance that it's not somebody from the past. I was channeling that the universe is there is some information about your past that is going to make you nostalgic. That's what it means in this message about the past coming back, the past returning. The reason is this information, if you had it then, because of where your consciousness, because you might ask, why wouldn't the universe give me the information then? Because you did not have the capacity or the consciousness to understand why the information was necessary. Could be because half of your brain was shut off. And you went through some awakening, you've been going within, and you're expanding the function of your brain, how much of your brain you actually use. And God damn it, they said half. At some point, they were convincing us we only use 10% of our brain. Oh my God. No, 10% of the, 10% of the brain is actually a reflection of 10% of the earth, right? Because the firmament, remember years ago we did the work about the firmament. So we're only given access to 10% of the earth, which is literally why they're trying to convince us we only use 10% of our brain. So we continue to just settle with 10% of the earth when God gave us all of it. Clock that T, okay? Anyways, this 10% of the earth is going to be almost like an industrial factory used to fuel the other 90% of the earth that whoever has... Because, okay, let me move on. I'm not going to turn this into a conspiracy theory. All right, now we have the Four of Wands. Queen of Coins. The Hangman. Oh, that's why this is... Okay. I understand why this is so hard for me to see. It's because of the Seven of Cups and the Hangman. The universe is saying that there is things, they're communicating something to you, collective, that is hard for you to receive, to hear. There is going to be things about your past that come up that are going to make it hard. Like you're going to have no choice but to see it differently, and that could be hard for you because for some of you, you might have regrets. You might be like, well, I saw it like this, and that's why I did this, that, and the third, and then have to do the shadow work that got you to see something that wasn't really there. If that made sense. So on point, long time follower. Hey, Amy. So thank you for the validation. Damn, how much did I miss? Angel Gang, you didn't miss nothing because you know you always got the replay, and we're here right now. We're 30 minutes in. Oh, thanks for the validation, Jenna. Okay. All right, then we've got the Page of Coins at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Do you see what I'm saying, collective? Here's that truth coming in after the fact. You went through something, it's over. This is the ending. You're not experiencing this again, but the truth comes in about something you've already experienced. This is going to make you nostalgic. This might make you really defensive. Some of you guys are going to oh my God. Some of you guys have somebody in your life. Oh my God, I got really creeped out. This is specific. I don't want you guys to get all paranoid, okay? Whoever this is for, they know this is for them. So don't start putting things where they don't fit. For some of you, this person, you're going to find out the truth. You went through something a couple of years ago with some people or a particular person. You overcame it based on whatever information was given to you or you made privy at the time. I also think you were avoidant of certain things. You still are, because like I said, for some of you, this person's still in your life, or these people, collective, you're going to find out the truth about what they did in the past. And for some of you, you know the situation. For some of you, you had no clue of the situation. This is catching you off guard. All you knew is at the time, something didn't feel right. You feel like this is filling in a blank for you about somebody who's still in your life. I'm telling you right now, you're going to cut, remember the Ace of Swords cuts things off. You're going to find out a truth about somebody you still have around you. This could be quite a long time later. I don't know how long it's been, but there's been time. I don't even feel like you reconciled. I think you didn't choose to end the relationship. You wanted to believe that this wasn't true. So some of you guys, like I said, you already knew kind of within yourself. You didn't want it to be true. You listened to the lies because it just fed the narrative for you. I don't want that to be true. That sounds good, so we're going to move on. It would hurt me to believe my best friend or my business partner of 20 years or my partner would do this to me, would betray me this way. 10 of Swords. Some of you gaslit yourself at the time from believing the truth. You weren't ready to experience a tower moment with these people or this person. You're able to experience it now. It's coming. And you're going to allow it this time. That's what I see here for whoever that's for. For some of you, somebody did something and you forgave them and they do it again and your energy completely switches towards them. Somebody finds it hard to believe who you are now because they're accustomed to you being in a particular energy. Somebody could have been sure that you wouldn't leave. This is even in the workplace because you're so like anal and like, how can I help, and willing to do all this extra shit, and you're kind of soft spoken and you don't go to management or HR. Like they didn't assume that you would stand up and address something the way you do. So now there's somebody or people around you that don't feel like they know you. The problem is they never did. And some of you never really knew people because you didn't want to. You only wanted to see the best. And you didn't want to see the worst, not just because you'd have to leave them because of the worst. What about the worst of them? What it was reflecting to you about the worst in you, the parts of you you refuse to heal, refuse to love, refuse to cooperate with, refuse to acknowledge. The fucking narcissist triggers in the empath the lack of fucking selfishness. And how the empath creates this personification of how selfless they are and everything they do for everybody and the beacons of fucking light. And the narcissist is like, I don't have to burden myself with that bitch. And God goes, what a perfect match. Hopefully they'll both of these idiots will learn something and come more in the middle and have sovereignty. Not be such a selfish, disassociated fool, and not be so selfish that you literally put yourself in ruins and then pray to God and say, can you help me? So what? That you can just make yourself a sacrificial lamb again? All because that's what your persona is? I'm a good person. I told you I'm not honest because I'm a good person. I'm honest because I'm a spiritual person. I'm not generous because I'm a good person. I'm generous because I understand the laws of the universe. Okay? You put out there, you get it back. Even if it's not through the same means. Yeah, clock that. I'm not going to do that. I'm too old to be clocking that tea. But, you know, the kids, the youngins be teaching me shit. Shout out to all the 20-year-olds in the building, because I'm almost 40. This is real specific. Yeah, that was a little bit, hey, look at the youngins clock 8. I can't read, guys. All right, I don't even have Snapchat. Like, that's how old. Anyway, it was past my generation. I ended at Instagram. It was too much after that. Twitter, I couldn't take it. I wasn't suited for Twitter. Like, my mouth is like out there. So, all right. I want to pull some Lenormand now. Clarify. We've got the Four of Wands and the Queen of Coins. Look at the people you're bringing around you being your authentic self. It felt so lonely, but you sacrificed loneliness temporarily for long-term true companionship and camaraderie. You didn't continue to avoid the toxic traits and dynamics of the people around you because you were too afraid to be alone. You stepped into your authenticity and said, I'm better off alone for now, and I'm cool with that. My self-love can sustain me. My connection with the divine will protect and nurture me and even entertain me. Shit. Tara Land. Shout out Tara Land. Okay? And not for long. It's just temporary. Your solitude is just temporary. As human beings, we aren't meant to be in solitude for long, but it is necessary for our evolution. Okay, some of you guys need to not fight this because your persona, right? You're avoiding connections because you've personified this independent version of yourself that doesn't need anybody. Maybe that was true then at a particular point. Maybe even down the future, down the line, you might have to pull that part of you back up. But that is not a sustainable constant. It's not. Looks like you guys are becoming energetic vibrational matches to some really good shit. And also, who's that? Who's that? Somebody left in the pursuit of something. It's funny, right? Because I'm tapping into somebody who didn't leave a negative relationship looking for a positive one. Somebody left a negative relationship because they felt like, or a place, could be a business place or workplace, because they felt like a slave. They felt like they weren't seen and heard. They felt like they were never respected and always had to go home feeling like a dog. Somebody left in the pursuit of respect and freedom and sovereignty and, a fresh start and room for them. So this is a very authentic act, the 8 of Cups. When you walk away from the 7 and you get to the 8, it's pure authenticity that does that. It's not public opinion. It's not the advice of others. It's your true authenticity leading you in another direction, because your authenticity is going to tell you when something isn't good enough. Your emotions is data and information that tells you when something is inappropriate. So can you see why the world is so dangerous with all these emotionally suppressed people? That's why the world is so dangerous. You don't have enough data and information telling people that this isn't right. This isn't sustainable. Basic empathy would get you to hear Mother Nature crying out in certain places where you guys live. I couldn't live in for it no more. I gained too much of my empathy. I could hear Mother Nature crying and weeping. You're hurting me. I couldn't live there no more. I'd rather nature consume me. I don't want to be a part of anything consuming nature anymore. My whole life was built off of unsustainability growing up in Canada, where we got to live a certain way at the expense of so much and so many. Even at the expense of nature. And that's not being in union with nature is a very dangerous thing. I'm going to tell you that. It breeds a very dangerous version of human beings. Okay? Anyway, we're already dangerous enough, Okay? There's already other things making us dangerous. We don't need to have a lack of nature making us dangerous because we're not human anymore. But anyways, 10 of Pentacles. See, there's that book that speaks of secrets being revealed here. I feel like I see somebody snapping on somebody who's being avoided. Some of you guys are making it impossible. With the Knight of Wands, some of you guys are making it impossible for somebody to avoid something. Like, look, somebody's just like, like I'm busy, like I don't see no evil, hear no evil, like nothing. This person who is addressing darkness is going to be personified as the problem. This was Lilith. This is the dark energy looming in the background, pretending this is all love and light. It's all love and light. But look how this person's surrounded by darkness. Okay, this is somebody here who wants to address the actual problem or address the truth about something that is hidden in the darkness. Somebody's like, oh, they're just so evil. They're just so evil. This is the evil person who's here functioning in the light. Sun's out and this person's avoiding it like a vampire. Oh, look at the truth seekers bullying the dog shit out of people right now at this time. Jesus. Shout out the truth seekers and the truth speakers. And ironically enough, this used to be the energy that would bully. But it's not. It's so locked into a personification that it's literally trying to play the victim. This energy is trying to play the victim. They're not the victim, man. The person who's addressing the truth aggressively is being seen as the assailant. And this is just somebody who isn't letting this person slide. Oh, did you hear that? That's alignment. Did you hear that? Hola. That's alignment. That's the sound of alignment. Yes, you did, Cosmos Seed. Hey, Hillary. Hey, Blase. King of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, your authenticity collective. Ironically enough, I'm tapping into somebody, if you're single right now, not even necessarily, because some of you guys are in a relationship and you lived out your authenticity and you turned your back to somebody anticipating that they were going to reject you when you were authentic. This could even be about something that's materializing and that you think you have to pick between, and your partner's going to reassure you that you do not. But this is you assuming the worst. Just be your authentic self, be open, and allow for the universe to show you how unconditionally loved you can be and how much you can really have. Same thing applies. Some of you don't know this person. Like some of you, you're not with this person. Some of you, you've never even met this person. And you did something or you do something, and it's more about you wanting to be seen accurately. So you're being really authentic, and it gets, see the energetic vibrational match that your authenticity brings in? Remember, the Queen of Coins came in first. This is a single independent person, right? It gained which we're not surprised. The Queen of Pentacles should attract the authentic King of Pentacles. Their counterparts energetically, their vibrational matches with the Four of Wands, because they both do their part. They both hold up the foundation, which is their empire, their legacy, their life. This is the Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, but Jill didn't tumble after because she had a crown too, so she lifted his ass up and they both ended up being okay. And didn't fall down nothing. That's this. Some of you guys might go out to like some kind of social event and somebody sees you, but you don't see them. They see you first. Whoever's in the Queen of Coins energy, whether male or female, doesn't know that they're being observed by a potential suitor. This is somebody who's interested, could possibly be asking about you behind the scenes. There's an interest this person has in someone who does not know that they either exist or knows they exist but doesn't think they have any interest. I'm also seeing this as somebody being completely in the dark about something, and this is the information coming in. Like this is somebody who's going to be made privy of something. It's coming in. But anyway, there's the Queen of Wands, which is the snake. with the Four of Wands. And I'm just so tired of this. Guys, I told you guys, right? When you guys go and you leave behind certain things, the X paradigm pulls you back, right? And creates resistance and all of that bullshit. So this conflict surrounding your manifestations that's being triggered, you guys can't feed into this shit. I don't want to be hearing about how, oh, someone's trying to take something from me. You know what's for you can't be taken from you unless you abandon it. You know that this person is an energetic vibrational reflection to your fear and your lack of courage or confidence. This is a fucking illusion. Fuck that. I'm so tired. You know why? Because it's right before it bursts. It's not a fun feeling. Think of it like, think about when you were born, right? Right before you were born, you were comfortable in the womb, right? The cozy little cocoon you were in. Your new beginning is outside on the other side of this crotch, right? But what do you have to pass through? The most uncomfortable, dark part, the Bordeaux, also known in this fucking example as the vaginal canal. That's why all of our heads fucking come out looking a funny shape. It's like the worst experience. This is where the collective is from this reading right now in the current energy, whenever you're reading this, because none of these readings are date or zodiac sign specific. Energy is all experienced differently, right? At different times and timelines. Oh. Somebody, okay, that's a projection. That's a super projection. That's funny. You've got the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles has the attention of the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, sorry. This is a third party situation. Whether these people are involved or not, because I don't think any of these people are in a relationship with each other. Okay? But if they are, the King of Pentacles is in a karmic relationship with the Queen of Wands. This isn't an energetic vibrational match. But what's funny is the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands in her most toxic energy is very superficial, is telling the Queen of Pentacles or discussing or telling other people the Queen of Pentacles is broke and just wants the King of Pentacles for their money. This is an energetic vibrational match. This person has money. They have money. Okay, they have money. I don't know why that Scarborough East Side Hood Chinese accent came out. I'm so, no disrespect, because I know like Asian people are really strict with those things. Like they don't like people like imitating their language and not speaking their language correctly. Like some of my Asian friends told me that. They're like, don't try. Like Koreans don't try to speak Chinese. Chinese people don't try to speak like, like it's like, don't try. So no disrespect, but it was like the money, that's how it came out, okay? Doesn't make any sense. Someone's projecting. It's probably the person who can't let go of somebody or who is willing to sell their soul to somebody because they're broke and they feel like this partner would be like a means to an end or a means to a beginning, sorry. But it's the projection for me, not the Queen of Wands saying that the Queen of Pentacles is a gold digger. The Queen of Pentacles had money from mining. The Queen of Pentacles doesn't have to, can fuck for free. If the Queen of Pentacles wants, it doesn't have to be a transaction. It could be for free or just for fun, But some people don't have those options. Let me stop. Okay, then we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the Skeeth. That's the card of sudden endings. Then you have I know I'm too much. Like my friend says, you have to calm down. The Five of Pentacles. Somebody cut somebody off cold fucking turkey. And I don't believe this isn't ghosting. You know why? because somebody warned a motherfucker over and over and over and over and over again. So it's not ghosting. Okay, there's nothing that needed to be discussed anymore, but somebody feels ghosted. But the person ghosting is like, how could I ghost them? I told them how many times that I would leave them if they kept playing with me. Or I told them how many times that I would like take them to court if they didn't pay me back my money. I told them how many fucking times if they rob me again, I'll call the cops. I told them it's that energy. So somebody's bringing something to us, what seems like a sudden end for somebody, but it's not really a sudden end. There was lots of warnings. Lots. My money is so freaking clowning, but it's so true. I love it. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. It's a slow ending. Then we got the Two of Wands. Yeah, there's a path coming to an end. What's this path? Okay, for some of you collective, you wouldn't bring about an ending if the divine didn't trigger up something. Something is coming in because there needs to be an ending. I think some of you were just doing it too slowly. The universe helps you. They give you a reason to do something now or do something quickly. It's like a trigger. And we have the King of Wands and the fucking assassins. These are the people that were trying to set up people, punish them. These are the people who refuse to let the karmic energy go, that are trying to punish people for people who did let the karmic energy go. You see, a lot of the times people will create lies about people in order to justify what they want other people to do to them. That's what the card of the assassins is. Remember, these are paid hitmen in the in the 1500s Renaissance. Hitmen, assassins were like ball players. They walked around the streets. They got all the pussy. They were, famous. It was a different time back then. So people would go and employ them to do crazy things, right? This person is trying to do. This person went to the right people, or at least it would look like that, right? The same demons they're trying to summon up on somebody are about to rip them apart before they even look about who they were talking about. People are also aware that somebody is using them. That was another message on Patreon. These are two different forms of darkness. This is somebody who was bringing dark energy in your life that's met by a greater force of darkness. Remember, a greater force of darkness means the darkness is just more conscious. Remember, to be an angel or a demon, you have to be conscious to a certain level, or else you can't be either one of them. These here are actual demons. They have enough empathy and awareness consciously to know this person is using them and manipulating them and is full of shit. So that's why if you look at the body language of the assassin, he's pointing at him with his hand on his knife. That doesn't look so good, does it? I don't know. Maybe should have just let it go. Maybe should have found something better to do. Maybe should have let the darkness go. Maybe should have done some inner soul work instead of living your darkness externally, being met with a greater force of darkness now. You get what you put out there. And somebody didn't let God gave somebody an opportunity to let something go and they refused. I also feel like some of you guys are going to find out, somebody is going to admit the truth to you about something nefarious that somebody did, something really fucked up that somebody did. It could even be what you find out about in the past. So this isn't even happening in present day. This happened maybe like weeks, months, years ago. And you're shocked at the length somebody went to try to destroy, even though it didn't work, because here you are in present day, but it's still the point, it's still the energy vibration that they put out. Could you imagine what's going to come back to them? Remember, this didn't touch you, but it's still out there. That energy doesn't die. It's out there. Somebody generated energy and put it out there of a certain vibration. No different than what I was telling you about what I saw. People summoned actual spirits doing some crazy shit, killing animals, using spirits, liquor, and not to drink it, to do some weird shit. Like, people were summoning things, man. And these things are hungry because they're not able to feed on the consciousness of people. They're not, maybe they were energetic vibrational matches before, but there's too many people increasing their consciousness. They're not food. But guess who didn't increase their consciousness? The motherfuckers who summoned them. That's their next meal. I promise you that. You're gonna see some shit, man. And much of what you see, if God does show you, was plotted for you. And it didn't happen for you. So you if you didn't believe in the laws of the universe, you're gonna. Yeah. Told you I'm a good person because I'm a smart person. And there's no kind of beating I've ever caught in my life. I don't care if I've been jumped, rushed, I don't give a fuck. Caught 2 black eyes at the same time. There's no kind of beating like the beating you get from God. You'll feel that in your bones forever. Okay? You don't want the universe. You don't want the universe to come down on you. No. Okay? I don't even have oracle cards. They're all packed. All right? I know this was a different reading. I really appreciate you. Follow your spirit and trust in yourself. Thank you. By the power of the 3 and the 3, make them see. Make them see. Straight from the graph, but resonate. That God lit back. Yikes. Yeah, yo, it's not a game. I learned that actually. I promised God once. I was like in my 20s and I was dating some like really toxic guy, and like he did something really fucked up that would have put me in like a really bad situation. Like I could have caught a charge. And I told God, I'm like, okay, God, I'm like, if you sort this out for me, I promise you I will never be with this guy again. Like, I don't care what happens. Me and him are done for good. Because it was one of the makeup breakups, super karmic. And then 6 months later, I got back together with him. Oh my God. Not just that relationship, but the one after too. Okay? Like, God made sure I've never promised God anything ever again. Ever. So, just wanted to share that. I love my creator. Yo! Alright. Let's just pull a couple. I love this deck. It's so graphic. This is the Tarot Masai. Switch off of the tree. Switch off of the tree. You already know nothing about toxic shift in America. Lit just kicked hitting the man. Oh, but I don't make promises, but I do my best. You can make promises to your friends. I make promises to other people. I just don't do it to God. Okay. No. I'll never recover from that. That changed me for life. That put me on the straight and narrow. I never seek divine masculine until after that shit. I'll tell you that right now. After God was done with me, I'm like, divine masculine, are you out there? It's karmic. This is the X paradigm, grasping for attention, interrupting, making as much noise and disruption as possible while everybody goes about their business, not paying it any fucking mind. I wonder who could be coming in, because I feel like one for a minute. Oh, Fridge sounds like a Tommy gun. Okay, and as you said that, there's justice. I told you, justice ain't playing. I hear justice has been patient. Oh, wow. Somebody took advantage of somebody innocent. And look at justice hovering over, protecting a child or somebody who was in their innocent energy collective. Because your inner child, when you are being of your most vulnerable and innocent, that's why you almost look like a child. Because that's your inner child, okay? And if somebody took advantage of you in that state, even as a grown-ass adult, you might not seek for justice for that. Some of you guys were like, yeah, I was just vulnerable. I'm never like that, back to stoic, back into form. Yeah, that doesn't matter. The divine's like, no. There are going to be consequences for the abuse of the innocent, not just in children, in adults as well. Because everybody has an inner child, right? Yeah. 8 of Wands in reverse. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. This was in reverse. Look at that. There could be a child being neglected during a breakup, like really significantly. King of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody was trying to personify like a happy, stable home, but it wasn't just a personification. They also shamed people for not having what they have. And look what's happening to what they have. You see them breaking out, like the dysfunction isn't just inside the home now, it's starting to spill out. People can see it. These are people hiding their dysfunction internally, whether inside of themselves, their homes, the darkness, and now it's spilling out. People can see it now. That's the energy I was talking about, the sun coming out. Here, it's these people going out into the sun. Okay, it's spilling over, it's coming out. It's not so easy to contain. Whether these are lies, whether this is toxicity, it's not so easy to hide. It's not so easy to avoid. It's not so easy to pretend anymore. It's spilling out. That's what this is symbolic of here. This could be you trying to even hold it within yourself. What you were going through, but you're still showing up at work. You're still doing this, that, and the third. I don't know if it's starting to spill over. People are starting to see. So you might as well just acknowledge what you're going through and how you're feeling. Go through the energy and not around it. And you'll get on the other side and this too shall pass. The Empress, what's the Empress saying? Shout out Libra season. I'm excited for Libra season, I'm not even gonna lie. 7 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Yep. Wow. Look at you, collective. Somebody broke a karmic cycle of seeing abundance externally to them. Somebody in the past would have wanted to work with this King of Pentacles because of the way they personify themselves. But somebody has looked at themselves and learned through their karmic cycle what true abundance is. And now somebody realizes that somebody was never really abundant at all. For some of you, the reason why someone wasn't giving to you is because they're not abundant. Not in mind, not in spirit. And for some of you, they were personifying being wealthy financially. They're not even that. They're tied up, they're in debt, whatever the fucking case is. Somebody's realizing what real abundance is and they're looking at themselves and going, I'm the abundant one. When you might have been looking at somebody else, they're really abundant, they're really abundant. You're not seeing that anymore. You're seeing your abundance. So that's a change in dynamic right off a hop. That could even be about dominance as well. Because somebody's in a righteous energy, the Empress is righteous. With justice. Justice can work. Justice knows that justice can work through the Empress. I can bring in justice through the Empress. No problem, no blockages. Right? That's why the Empress is a righteous energy. Here she works with the divine. Remember, the Empress is a divine feminine energy. But I typically see this as a female. Okay? But I don't want to take from the masculines that have amazing feminine energy that caters to the masculine energy in every divine feminine. Okay? All right. Let's see what else. 8 of Swords in reverse. The Ace of Cups in reverse. 2 of Swords, the Fool, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and Death. Somebody's trying to recoup on something, and the universe is going to tell them that that's not possible. You see, somebody's going to learn a really valuable lesson. It's okay to opt out of things, but this cup was dumped on the floor and thrown. This fire was stomped out. Instead of just saying, no, I'm okay, or passing it by. Somebody doesn't realize the reason why something cannot be revisited is because it was destroyed. For some of you, it's the bond that you had with somebody. Somebody wants to revisit it, but they don't understand that they destroyed it. There isn't a bond anymore. There isn't a connection. So now the karmic, you see, I told you on the karmic cycle, it was never going to be a connection. That was, the karmic cycle is always going to be, there is no connection. You get me? When you're in your authenticity, there's going to be connection. Even if it's not quantity, it's going to be quantity. If it's not quantity, it's going to be quality. Right? Someone's like, oh, I should take a leap of faith to try to there's nothing to recoup, brother, sister. You destroyed it. That's what death energy is trying to explain to somebody, that they need to accept the inevitable ending that they created through their own actions, that they keep trying to project and blame on other people. So somebody could be blaming why they destroyed something with you, whether it was an opportunity you gave them, whether it was romantic availability, whether it was whatever it was. You could have given something to someone and they could have been telling people why it was your fault that they destroyed this. Really think of that. Somebody manipulated people to believe that they were justified in treating you the way they did. For some of you, you have people that are actively trying to diminish your character and demonize you to people, and you're thinking, well, why? What did I do? It's because of what these people or this person wants to do to you. They're being preemptive and strategic in their bad mind and their dirty behaviors. They want people to be like, yeah, that's what that person deserved. All these people are finna curse themselves if this is how they're gonna go about it, and they're not gonna use their fucking intuition and some sense and a little bit of empathy. Okay, because there are darknesses that, because I'm tapping into a person who summoned darkness that knows they have to make sacrifices, so they lie to people to convince them to go further into the pit of hell and into karmic debt with them. So these are people who are taking on curses. These are people who are taking on bad karma, not for necessarily what they did, but what they supported. Out of greed, out of need for money, out of need for status and clout. This person didn't have to be a good person, but they had this, and this is how people viewed them, and they knew these people. Yeah, these people have karmically signed themselves to some kind of darkness that's starving. It's starving. Remember, I told you the devil, when the devil's telling people to do fucked up things to you, it's not you the devil's coming for. It's not the person who has their own baked potato. It's not the person who put vengeance in God's hands. It's not that person. The devil's coming to collect on the fool that was easily manipulated into selling their fucking soul, to taking the escalator down into the 7 realms of hell and then going, all right, I'm going to go back up now. And the devil's like, no. Duh. It's a lot easier going down into hell than coming up from it. You didn't know? Fuck. Our souls have to matter again, man. I don't know what era it was where selling souls was like fucking selling like fucking a Coach bag. It was just flying off, like just ridiculous. I don't even know. But let's hope the era of Aquarius will get people more conscious about the value of their soul and why not even selling a fucking slice of it is absolutely pivotal to your greatness, your ancestral abundance and inheriting it, your fucking spiritual royalty. Fuck. You wanna live out your spiritual royalty? Just don't sell your soul. That's like the easiest way right now. Not much. I mean, in a couple hundred years, there'll probably be more to live out your spiritual royalty. But literally right now, just don't sell the shit and live out your authenticity. And boom, boom, they'll give you everything. Because there's nobody else to give the ancestral abundance to, and everybody else is selling out to the same forces that our ancestors want to take back our ancestry from. Stand in sovereignty, stand in authenticity, and watch how quick your ancestors lace you with all the things. All the things. These are all the ancestral gifts that you earned through aligning. You reassured your ancestry that I can take on this mission and I'll bear that responsibility, and I have this sense of clarity and understanding because of everything I've been through and that I alchemize. You earned this. This isn't a show. This can't be bought at Saks. A stylist can't install this. Your makeup artist can't beat this. This comes from the inside. I don't care what you look like, how big you are, how small, how tall. I don't give a fuck. You can earn this. You have this up in you. Yeah, pure royalty. Where you're treated like you walk around looking like this, but you don't. Because your energy, your grace, you have valuable things that come with royalty: grace, compassion, consciousness, integration of soul. You're complete inside yourself. You see the greatness in you. And I see a lot of people that were initiated out of seeing the greatness outside of themselves and not within. So putting people on pedestals because you feel like they have everything you don't, only to realize they ain't got shit. And you sold yourself out yet again. See how easy it is to do it? So easy. You guys sell yourself out to me every time you feel like I can do something you can when it comes to, I told you I use basic instincts. I'm gifted in my ability to articulate certain things, but my ability to tap into the divine and channel, that is a basic human instinct that I reclaim from time. That obviously I've integrated more because of what I do for a living. You sell out your own inner high priestess when you overuse Tarot Land and don't let Tarot Land support your inner high priestess because she's feeling lonely and she needs validation. Like, I'll come on and tell you guys straight. I need validation and I need it quickly. Hurry, please. I'm looking in the comments. I'm going to just tell you, and I told you and I got it, didn't I? I didn't have to beg. I just, closed mouths also don't get fed, Closed mouths don't get fed. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there, though. Okay, because I feel like I could be here for a while, but I'm just going to come back. I'll see you guys in a couple of days, okay? And I love you guys, okay? You got this. You got this. Energies are so intense. But I wouldn't trade this lifetime for nothing. So happy to be alive in this lifetime. It feels like such an honor to have earned a body during this time. Oh, I love that. Love you, Cuppy. Oh, I love that. Thanks. Blase, blase. Zaza. That was like my favorite Italian cafe in Toronto. Zaza's. The guy was insane. The guy who owned it was insane. Love you guys, okay? Till the next time I see you beautiful people, you already know what to do, and just know that the world is a better place, you being your authentic self in it. And I know that can be hard to believe for some of you because of what you went through, just being yourself, just saying the truth, just showing up as you were. Fight through that. The rubber band effect, it will break, and the same people who judged you will follow. Even if they don't admit it, you'll inspire them to be more like you, not the other way the fuck around. And once they realize they can't be you, maybe by the grace of God, they'll be their own fucking self. Okay? Anyways, love you guys. Ciao.